Tejon Ranch is a California landmark, a land of legacy, bigger than life, rich in history, blessed by nature. Owned by Tejon Ranch Company, a publicly traded corporation on the New York Stock Exchange, Tejon Ranch is the largest single expanse of private property in all of California. Located just an hour north of the Los Angeles metropolitan area, this grand sweep of territory reveals a dramatic tapestry of rugged mountains, steep canyons, oak-covered rolling hills, and broad valleys. Oaks of almost every kind can be found on the land, as can conifer forest, Joshua trees, and spectacular spring displays of wildflowers as far as the eye can see. As in the days of the vaqueros, cowboys on horseback still herd cattle on open grazing land. Orchards and vineyards yield their bounty on fertile acreage leading into California's agriculturally rich Central Valley. Vast stretches of ranch land remain in their natural state, protected by California's largest and most significant private conservation agreement. Established in 1843 as a Mexican land grant, Tejon Ranch today serves as a living link to the legacy of historic California, an era of prestigious ranchos, thundering herds of cattle, fine wines, and gracious living. For the first century of its existence, Tejon Ranch was all about the taming of the frontier west. Explorer and ranch founder General Edward Fitzgerald Beale, who, among other things, surveyed the transcontinental wagon and railroad routes to the west, knew full well the geographic importance of the territory when he consolidated 4 adjacent ranchos to create the core of the present-day Tejon Ranch. The ranch's strategic location was also what drew the interest of the investment group led by Harry Chandler, publisher of the Los Angeles Times, which purchased the property in 1912. It's interesting that its early owners looked upon the ranch primarily as a land holding that would realize its full potential sometime in the future. By the close of the 20th century, it was clear that the future had arrived. Greater Los Angeles had become the most populous county in the nation. Interstate 5, which runs from the Mexican border to Canada and crosses over Tejon, became California's primary north-south highway. As the hub of all this activity, Tejon Ranch could not remain passively on the sidelines. As in the case of the building of the California Aqueduct through its property, its actions or inactions would have a direct impact on the region's economy and quality of life. At nearly the same location where the legendary Rose Station was built in the 1870s to serve as a post office for the Overland Mail and a watering stop for stagecoaches, in 1999, the company began building the Tejon Ranch Commerce Center. Comprised of 1,450 acres at the junction of Interstate 5 and State Highway 99, it's proven to be an ideal location for the distribution of goods throughout California and beyond. This high-quality center of modern-day California commerce is home to companies such as IKEA, Famous Footwear, Dollar General, and Caterpillar. It's also a welcome and preferred stop for the hundreds of thousands of travelers who pass through Tejon Ranch every day. These travelers have made the Commerce Center into a retail powerhouse, California's favorite stopping center. And now these travelers, as well as the residents from nearby Bakersfield and northern Los Angeles County, are enjoying the Outlets at Tejon, California's new outlet shopping destination. This upscale outlet retail center features some of America's favorite and most coveted brands. Further south along I-5 near the Tejon Ranch headquarters is Fort Tejon State Historic Park. The original fort was built in 1854 to protect settlers and Native Americans in the San Joaquin Valley. And the land upon which it was built was donated by the ranch to the state of California in the 1930s. It's fitting then that in 2008, the region's first National Veterans Cemetery was dedicated on a 500-acre site also donated by Tejon Ranch. Named the Bakersfield National Cemetery, this hallowed ground stands as a place of honor for those who served with honor. The gifting of land to establish a National Veterans Cemetery is consistent with Tejon Ranch's philosophy of stewardship. By the company's definition, stewardship is not an operating strategy, but an ethic that factors into every equation when evaluating the true value of the land. The overriding question is what would ensure the sustainability of the landscape, yet still address the demands of a growing population. In May 2008, in a bold and unprecedented move, Tejon Ranch reached an historic decision to set aside 240,000 acres, 90% of ranch property, for permanent environmental conservation, retaining just a small fraction on which to create high-quality, environmentally sustainable communities. Hailed by then-California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger as an historic agreement to protect a California treasure, the Tejon Ranch Conservation and Land Use Agreement established a new model for land management and plan development, one that balances human needs with that of the natural environment. In 2009, the agreement was recognized with California's most prestigious environmental honor, the Governor's Environmental and Economic Leadership Award. But stewardship to Tejon Ranch is not only about the land. It's about serving as stewards of California's incomparable heritage. That's why more than a century and a half after the dream of Tejon Ranch took root, its promise is as grand and inspiring as the western horizon. Tejon's tradition of ranching and farming will continue to flourish on the open ranges. Thousands of acres of wild natural splendor will be forever protected and cared for. And a new generation of families will have the opportunity to establish their own legacies in this remarkable landscape, building ranches and homes of their own. These residents and future guests to Tejon Ranch will be transported back in time and worlds away from the congestion and pace of urban living, experiencing the natural beauty and gracious living of one of California's great ranches. And all of this will be done with Tejon's uncompromising commitment to quality. In 1872, famed New York journalist and author Charles Nordhoff called Tejon Ranch, quote, "the most significant estate in a single hand in all America." The same holds true today. Legacy, quality, stewardship, vision. If you would like more information about Tejon Ranch and its vision for the future, and how you can become part of the legacy of this amazing California landmark, please visit tejonranch.com. Tejon Ranch Company, building the legacy.